Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP. Today we're going to be doing a quick review on a brand new gaming mat from Geek. So Mr. Mac from Geek reached out to me a couple weeks ago and asked me if I would be interested in taking a look at one of his mats, and I was very interested as I was already in the market for one for Infamy. So it's perfect timing, and he sent it and got here really quick from the UK, and here it is, and we're going to take a look at it right now. So to start off with, it's a 6x4 mat. It's actually a little bit larger as it overhangs this board, which is 6x4 on all edges, but there's a reason for that, which we'll look at here in a second. This is a felt type material, and the back side is just white, but it is sort of like a blanket almost, but obviously printed with a very nice and very detailed grass layout. So we'll take a look at some of these details on it, like there's a little rock outcroppings. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's got little white flowers. So yeah, it's pretty high resolution for being printed on a piece of felt, which is pretty nice. I mean, you can see individual leaves and stuff kind of mixed in, so really cool. The material, the felt material, is important for the process that we're going to be using this mat for, as it is sort of a dense material, and we'll see how that works in a second. But needless to say, it lays flat over the top of stuff just by its very nature. So I got this out of the bag this morning and laid it out. There's not really hardly any creases in it. This material does not hold creases very well. Maybe you can see a little bit here, but this has been laying out here for a few hours, and it almost had no creases on it as soon as I laid it out. So that's not an issue with this type of material game mat. So these are the hills that we will be placing under the mat. Andre's made a ton of these for us lately, and we've been using them for the desert stuff, but it'll be nice to actually have some good hills to use on this type of terrain. So it's real simple. You just pick up the edge and put a hill under it. Try to line them up with maybe some of these specific little pieces of embellishment on here, these exposed rocks, but as you can see, the mat wants to drape itself down over it, and it does quite well. It's not completely flat over it, as that's not going to really be possible, but at first placement it does wrap itself around quite well. And I think if you actually left it overnight, which I'm going to try tonight, it might actually, the weight of it might settle even more, and it might form itself even more to the hill. So let's put this hill up here on the edge. Okay, so we've got a hill here, got a hill here. So we got this kind of odd shaped hill. Let's put that over here. That's up against the edge. We'll put another hill. Let's see how many hills we can get under here before the extra length on the edges starts to be affected. Put another hill over here. And we got plenty more room for more hills. What we could actually try to do is maybe make another hill on top of a hill, just to see how high we can get one of these hills. So how about we put another hill right on top of this hill. Got one there. Bigger hill here, smaller hill, we got smaller hill there. So it might be kind of hard to see in the video, but we'll take the camera off the tripod in a minute and we'll take a look at this. Alright, so we've got our hills under. So we got 7 hills on here right now. So it's kind of hard to see, maybe. I don't know. I'm looking through this camera lens, but so we got a bigger hill here. This is 2 hills on top of each other. Got a hill here, hill here. We got one in the corner. We got a little longer, lower one there, and one there. So that's quite a few hills, and we still could put more. So we could either put more, or we could actually make a couple more tall ones, and we'd still have, you know, a few inches on each side to go. So what I'll do now is I'm going to tidy up the mat. I'm going to tuck it under here. I'm going to make it just everything pushed down around the hills and tucked in on the edges, and then we'll come back and take a look at it. So here we go. So I've tucked the ends in. I have removable trays, so luckily I can tuck that under there. I did leave it overhanging here. I guess I could fold it under and get it against the edge, but I'm fine with it just hanging over like this. So I've gone through and I've smoothed it all out, and it looks good. I mean, it's really cool. It's something that it's exactly the kind of thing I was hoping for, in that there's going to be some elevation change on the board, and it's going to look natural and be part of the board, not just random foam thing sitting on top. So, you know, let's get down and take a look here. So there's the big hill there, and then we got some other smaller hills kind of scattered around, like this here hill. Take a closer look at this. You can see it forms around it pretty good. There is obviously a little bit of lift off, just because I don't know if that's ever going to go away. Possibly if I leave it overnight it might settle down. Who knows, we'll find out. I'll leave it set up tonight. But yeah, so there is the board with the hills. I think it's pretty damn sweet. So let's put some troops on the board and just take a look at how they look. So bring out some of my new British here. I got a nice British column marching through this little valley. We got our skirmishers covering the flanks, so pretty damn cool. I'm very impressed with the mat, and I would definitely recommend getting this if you're playing a game that needs hills, or if you just want to have some elevation change, which something every board could do with some of. I know we've been playing on flat boards for years, and this is going to make a big difference in our gaming. I think just having these little undulations and rises and dips in the ground, it'll be add a lot of tactical variety to the game. So I think to wrap it up, we are going to be playing a game of Sharp Practice tomorrow. So I think I will do a little build a little board here in quick time, and then we'll take a look at the board after I'm done setting it up for tomorrow's Sharp Practice game. Here's the board with terrain on it, and I have to say I think it looks pretty damn good. I am very impressed with the Geek Villain mat. It is exactly what I imagined that it would be. When putting the hills under it, I was hoping it would come out like this, and my hopes have been met. So if you're looking for a gaming mat to put hills under to add elevation to your games, then I would definitely take a look at Geek Villain. Mac has tons of different mats. I mean, winter mats, water mats, desert mats, city mats, everything you can think of. But I wanted to get this one. This one's called Grassy Hill, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but this is the Grassy Hill mat, and I just got it because I thought it looked like something you might see in Gaul. Very lush and green, and as you can see with the hills under it and little shading variations throughout, it just looks really cool. The hills look natural. The felt drapes over it quite nicely as well, and it's plenty big enough to put even more hills on. I did take one out, by the way, but I might take more out. I don't know exactly, but I just want to throw some terrain out there and see what it looks like. We will be playing Sharp Practice tomorrow, and that's going to be the first official game with the mat. Is going to be the Sharp Practice mat. Even though I technically bought it for Infamy, but like I said, it'll be useful for every game we play. So again, if you're looking for a really nice felt material mat, then check out Geek Villain. They got good stuff, and Mac's a great guy, very responsive, and the shipping was actually quite fast from UK. It only took maybe less than a week maybe, from the time he shipped it till it got here, so that was impressive as well. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, and thanks again to Mac for sending this for us to look at, and my review is that it's an amazing mat, and I would like to get a couple more, actually, just in different shades and different theaters. Would be really nice to have just a couple of these laying around to match whatever battle you happen to be planning for that day. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up, and see you guys next time.